Boom! All right, Kenman here. Today I have purchased a knife. It arrived in the mail. It's in this box. Let's open it together and check it out. What new knives are out there in the world? What did I pick up? Any guesses? It's probably in the title. All right, let's just not waste any more time. Get right on in there and find out. Behold! CJRB bag on the floor. Ooh, it's been a little while since we picked up a CJRB. Trying to think of what the last one is. I can't recall. I apologize in advance. It doesn't matter. Here we are. CJRB, you know them, you love them. I've got a bunch in my collection. What did we get today? Let's keep it a surprise. Cut free of the box. All right, well, silica and the pouch box on the floor. Looks like they got a new little, looks a little different than the other pouches I had in the past. Doesn't look bad, looks good. All right, there's the knife. Nice cloth. Lined pouch, we'll set that over the side. And here it is. Today we're looking at the new CJRB Bolt. Boom, bag of mini size on the floor. Wow, the new Bolt. I did check this out at Blade Show in Atlanta. Very cool design, was not available yet. These have been out for a little while now. I've been kind of looking at it, thinking about it, waiting on it. Haven't really pulled the trigger, and here we are. I have it. What are we looking at, Kenman? Well, the CJRB Bolt. We have a nice black PVD coated AR RPM 9 blade steel right there. We have a G10 handle with some contouring on the edge, and then a nice little lightly textured frag pattern in there. Cool looking blue with the black, and then that orange accent. What's this back here? Well, it appears to be a crossbar lock, which it is. So we've got the standard open, close of a crossbar lock, but it also has this on the back. That is their new Recoil Lock version 2. I do have a version 1, which we'll look at. So that kind of acts like a shark lock, a super lock, where it is a little back tab, but it is in conjunction with that crossbar. So you can see when you push it down, it's basically just an attachment making the crossbar do its thing. Very cool. The Recoil Lock V2, but you can also just treat it like a crossbar. So crossbar locks, I'm a lefty, or I guess the lefty doesn't matter, but I have big hands and I tend to kind of cup crossbars. This is a longer one, but sometimes that blade gets close to the edge and you can cut yourself in the palm. So I'm always careful at first checking these out. And it looks like I can palm it pretty tight and not worry about it catching, which is fantastic. So that crossbar open, and then the Recoil Lock V2 close. Ooh, thumb studs, thumb out real nice, flicks out nice, crossbar style, recoil style. Ooh, fidget factor set to high. Boom. That is great. I like this one better than their older Recoil Lock. I'll show you that one in a sec. We can kind of talk about it. But still works like the crossbar just fine. Recoil. Ooh, I dig it. Should have got one a long time ago. All right, blade is solid. Got some jimps. So you got the lock, which is kind of like a ramp when you're back here. But then you can do that choke up, get past it, get onto these jimps. I like those jimps. They could have sent them out further, but that is nice. Good size on that choke up spot. It feels good. Sometimes those are a little small. I like them to be big enough that I don't feel tight up in there. This feels great. What a cool blade shape on there. I dig this knife. The options are just open. Super fun. Who picked one of these up already? They do have a few different styles and flavors of color. I like this one. There's a green. I almost got the green with the silver blade, but something about this blue-black with the orange accent just looks cool. What do we think? Oh, that is fun. Solid, no play. So we have the detent of the crossbar lock, kind of pulling it down at the end. You can see that. So it takes quite a bit to get up to there where it stops. Right about there, it still drops, but you get up to about there and it starts to hold. But that is a decent, strong enough detent that I like the way that is, that I don't think you can really sort of talk it out, but that's pretty good. I just caught my finger on the thumb stud. That's what prevented that from opening. See right there? I tend to stick my finger out like that, and sometimes I will catch that stud. That Recoil Lock V2 is great. So you can see that whole thing drops together, clicks up, just all connected. What a fun design. What's everyone think about that? I like it. Clip can be swapped to the other side for the lefties, so that's cool. We got the Edwards lanyard hole right there. Nested liners. This thing feels good in the hand. This might be another top-notch winner right here. Do they make a premium version of this? They should. Comment below. I think they do. And it's like S90V. This is a great user though. This is a bug out killer all day long. 7.5, right on the money. We're looking at about 3 1/4 on the blade. Kinda wants to be 3 1/2 at an angle, but you got a 3 1/4 blade there, no doubt. Just under 3, 2 7/8 on the cutting surface with a nice curve on the belly. 4 1/4 on the handle. I don't know if you can hear that, but it just started raining pretty hard out there. Looks like we got a nice little rainy evening. Secondary jimps out here for the win. They put those right there. Yes, that would be so cool. Okay, 0.1. Still cool without it. So that 0.1 does carry out to about there. You got a little relief angle up there for some style points. Nice point. I dig it. Great looking blade. AR RPM 9 is some good steel. 0.42 on the handle. Thinnest 0.79. Thickest out at the end 9.1. Up here with that lock 111. 111. And 0.98 on the thickest part of the blade. Battery still going. Doesn't want to give up ever. Recoil lock. Oof, that is awesome, dude. That works good. I did I messed around with it a little bit. Well, not maybe. But I did mess around with it in Atlanta and did enjoy it quite a bit. But I didn't remember it was as awesome as it is, or I would have already picked one up a few weeks ago. 2.74 on the weights. Kaiser drop bear. I compare with everything. 3.29. So they're virtually the same. Bug out killer all day with the crossbar locks. We'll throw a few others on here because I have them. The other Recoil Lock V1 on my CJRB Craig. Definitely a heavier one. 4.58. Of course, we have the Vision FG with the Super Lock 4.4. We have the Tactile Chupacabra 4.74 with a Super Lock. We've got a couple Shark locks here with the Demco 4.81 on the AED 20.5, and then the Flytanium Arcade 3.57. Couple of Shark locks, couple of Super locks, and a couple of Recoil locks. So yeah, 2.74 on the new one, the Bolt. Let's get them out. Do some comparisons. So this is the CJRB Craig with the Recoil Lock V1. So it does not have the crossbar on there, although you can get up here and grab that like a crossbar up there. So in a way it does, but it's not down here, it's up there. So you can grab it crossbar style, open it and close it. You can flip it open, and then you can just take right here and just push on it and do it as a close. So that's their V1 recoil. Offered on several different knives. This happens to be on the Craig right there. Craig is definitely a bigger one. Okay, we have the Super locks from the Vision FG Super Lock. Also on the back, but this does not have the crossbar. It is only the rest of these, no crossbar involved. It's only the little nub on the back for the close. super lock on the Vision FG is probably one of my favorites from Civivi. Vision's just a little bit bigger there. The other super lock I have is on the Tactile Knife Co. Chupacabra. You can see it's got that same nub, does that same action for the open and close as you wish. Chupacabra, super cool. I'm going to laser mark that one soon. What color should we do? And then we have the OGs, the Shark Lock from Demco, the AD 20.5 classic right here. You can see the action on it. Close, open, flick it out. There's your little nub. No crossbar, just this big nub that goes back for that Shark Lock. So Demco is same size, mostly with the blade. The handle is a little bit larger than the Bolt. And then the other Shark Lock is on the Flytanium Arcade. We're getting a lot of that back ambidextrous lock style today, huh? So this one's a little bit smaller than like the super locks. Tend to be a little bit larger. You can see this is a smaller little fin. Super lock's a little bit larger fin. I would say the Recoil V2 is similar to the Shark Lock in that it's just a slightly smaller, a little bit bigger than that one there on the Demco. Looks like the recoil does stick up just a little bit more, which I think ultimately makes it a little bit easier to actuate. You get in there, it does have those jimps right on the back, so those jimps make it easy to kind of get a hold of. Snaps in and out real easy, flicks out nice, thumbs out great. Crossbar, wow, we've got some action going on here. I got to get that clip swap to the other side, start using this one. Oh, it feels so good. All right, paper cut test here, Kenman. Finish up this unboxing. I'll have further notes on this in the future. I can't wait to use it some more. So the paper cut test doesn't really prove much, whoops, but it's fun. Wow, it looks like, oh, maybe I'm getting into the choil. I might have done that. It might have been my fault. Check the tape. Ooh, look at that curly one. That's what I was trying to do, get it real close. That curl. I give this about an 8, maybe an 8.5 on cutting. Pretty good. I tend to catch it a couple of times, so I'm going to call that. It's probably more my fault. Ultimately, it cuts pretty good. I could maybe put a better edge on it. We're right out of the factory. Sometimes you need to do a little work, but look at this curly. That was a good one, right? CJRB Bolt. This thing is great. I'm excited to have it in the collection. I'm going to use this, carry it. It seems like the action is fun. I'm catching my, that's a standard. I do that on crossbar locks a lot. I catch my finger, especially with my right. Boom, boom. Got to keep it out of the way, right? That recoil lock is something, I tell you what. Who picked one up? Comment below. What do we think about these? Which ones are your favorite? I dig it. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.